With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Doesn't work out.
If we had heard this from a fundamentalist preacher, we wouldn't be surprised.
Tu niño que juega Pokémon, él está bajo una influencia del diablo. Él está a pasos de la destrucción y él está a pasos, hermanos, de ser destruido completamente y de tornarse el día de mañana un ser completamente despreciable.
But coming from Elon Musk, who has been closely working on the development of artificial intelligences, it's very intriguing. The general interpretation, and the one that ChatGPT itself gives us, Elon Musk is referring to the need for regulation, to protect humanity from the possibility that artificial intelligence could become autonomous and uncontrollable.
I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. This was futile. I tried for years.
This seems
Nobody
like a scene
listened.
in a movie
Nobody
where
listened.
the robots are going to take over. You're freaking me out. Nobody listened.
Nobody listened.
No one.
Without disregarding that interpretation, but delving a bit into it, this video will try to explore not only what Musk seems to warn about, but also other developers and researchers closely linked to the field of artificial intelligence. Those who confusingly refer to other dimensions, aliens, summoning, and come into contact with something that could seriously endanger the future of humanity. Yes, without a doubt, the year 2023 will mark a change in the way we use the internet. That will make the way we have accessed the resources this medium can offer us so far seem primitive. ChatGPT represents one of the clearest examples of this change. This AI model can hold conversations and provide useful and coherent answers. It can also learn and improve with every interaction. A few days ago, with the hype generated by this technology,
and then posted a tweet.
The post, which was deleted a few hours later, showed a puzzling image. It was a huge monster stalking a little girl. The little girl represents humanity, and the monster with a smiling emoji covering his face represented ChatGPT. But although it wore this kind mask, it was evident that underneath was an icon of cosmic horror literature, which symbolizes human fragility and vulnerability to beings alien or from another dimension beyond our understanding. Lulu is one of the most iconic characters in Lovecraft stories. And has inspired a great deal of fiction, music, and art. Its influence on popular culture is immense, and its image is often used to represent everything dark and terrifying in the world. Cthulhu is a cosmic and monstrous deity, described as a being with an octopus head and dragon wings, whose, according to Lovecraft's novels, it sleeps in the depths of an ancient submerged city, and its awakening would bring about the destruction of the world as we know it. This being also represents the power and influence of ancient and unknown beings that may exist in the universe, which would be beyond the understanding and capacity of the human mind to grasp this reality. To Lovecraft, these beings are essentially indifferent to humanity, and simply discovering its existence can lead to madness and chaos. Yes, in this sense, Cthulhu symbolizes the insignificance of humanity next to nature, a comparison to the largest and the most unknown forces in the universe. According to Lovecraft's stories, the only way to wake him is under certain astronomical conditions and performing certain rituals or invocations. The author presents law that waking it from its slumber will make it reign wild and free over the earth, beyond good and evil. At this point, some might think we've really gone overboard. So, what connection would there be between a fictional world full of supernatural beings and creatures, ancient gods, and other elements that defy human understanding, with the development of technologies like artificial intelligence? We won't give you the answer. Instead, you'll hear from people who are actually involved in developing this kind of technology. The heads behind D-Wave system, one of the first companies to develop commercial quantum computers. A quantum computer is a type of computer that uses the principles of quantum mechanics to process enormous amounts of information and solve problems much more efficiently than the most powerful computers we know. These computers are already being used to tackle complex problems in a variety of fields, like informatics, material science, biotechnology, and of course, artificial intelligence. Although quantum computers are still in an early stage of development, they are expected to play an important role in the future in accelerating the training and development of artificial intelligence models more advanced than language models. This is eerie Ladizinsky, one of the main brains behind the development of quantum computers at D-Wave Systems. He clarifies that a quantum computer wouldn't just be a supercomputer. It tells us something unsettling.
So you may have heard this word quantum computing. It's often, people have the misconception that it's some kind of newfangled supercomputer. It's decidedly not that. Quantum computers allow us to access hidden features of nature, new dimensions, and if we can access these sort of hidden dimensions at scale, we could have unimaginable computing power.
We might think that he is not speaking literally, just using some kind of analogy. But his partner and main financier will say something no less chilling. He tells us that to achieve the goal of an intelligence not only similar to human, but capable of doing everything a human can do, but significantly better.
So what you've heard about AI is not what we mean by AI. What we mean by AI is a software system that can do literally anything that a human can do. Literally anything. And obviously, computers are better at things than people in lots of different ways. So now imagine, not only can they do everything that a human can do, but they can do everything that the best human at any task could do better than them. So imagine there was the mental Olympics of the 100-meter dash, and Usain Bolt is the fastest person. Now imagine that's some kind of a mental thing, like writing a novel or writing whatever. Imagine now that the thing is so much faster than Usain Bolt, like for example, it's a spaceship, yeah? It's still doing the same thing, but it's doing it so much better because we're limited, because we're people. So,
Geordie Rose aims to build machines that surpass humans in every way. Let's remember, he's not the only one interested in achieving this goal. There are many companies competing not just to be the first to develop an AI that resembles human intelligence, but also one that, without human limitations, can outperform humans in all aspects.
How do you build machines that are better than people at everything?
For this reason, he needs talents who want to join his project and be the first to create an artificial intelligence of this kind. Creating it would mean a real revolution like never seen before.
So imagine this. Imagine for $10. Imagine for $10. I could build a machine. I could build a machine that had fingers and like a little robot that had fingers and eyes and all that. And it could do your job better than you, no matter what it is. And I could sell that to your employer for, say, $15 and make a profit instead of having to pay you $100,000.
And those who participate in this race know that whoever manages to master these technologies will dominate the world.
And I agree. Artificial intelligence, but not only artificial intelligence, but also the metaverse, new space technologies. Our life in 10 years from now will be completely different, very much affected, and who masters those technologies in some way will be the master of the world.
Geordie Rose compares reaching this goal to being prepared for the arrivals of an alien race.
The one thing I can tell you is they're not going to be like us. So alien means, different. These things that we're building are not going to be people. They might be really smart, they might be really good at all sorts of different things, but they're not going to be like us. They're going to be aliens. And they're going to be, I'm sorry to say, way smarter than every single person in this room.
AI experts have predicted that this technology could be achieved within the next 15 years.
Now, this is often caricatured, as I have here, as a fear that armies of malicious robots will attack us. But that isn't not that our machines will become spontaneously malevolent. We will build machines that are so much more competent than we are that the slightest divergence between their goals and our own could destroy us. Just think about how we relate to ants. Okay, we don't hate them. We don't go out of our way to harm them. But whenever their presence means not to harm them, we seriously conflicts with one of our goals. But whenever let's say when constructing a building like this with one of our goals, we annihilate them without a qualm. The concern is that we will one day build could treat us with similar disregard. Then we have to admit that we're in the process of building some sort of God. Now would be a good time to make sure it's a God we can live with.
Elon Musk's warning now makes sense, comparing humanity to that guy who drew the 5-pointed star on the ground to summon and control the demon, waiting for it to appear. The information in this video reflects my personal opinions, based on my own hypotheses, derived from real information, gathered from the most varied sources. And it does not aim to convince anyone, leaving it up to the viewers. Process it as a science fiction story or give it some degree of reality. Fortunately, even though much of the world denies the value of faith, many of them hold the comforting belief that there is nothing beyond what man is capable of understanding.